Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, the church has been silent and giving time to William Ruto to see indeed if he is going to deliver. Because remember, this is a man who packaged himself as a candidate from the church. What Gachagua told the Kenyans, the Church of Christ, at least for the first time, they have a candidate. This package has been here. Pastors have been silent enough. The church congregants have been waiting too long. But now it has reached time. The church will no longer wait. It has reached time. Pastors can no longer be silent. And now they are speaking truth to the power. So yesterday, there was a man of God who is now lecturing William Ruto and Gachagua on the issue of promises and delivery. And it's very clear that you may be useful leader when you deliver your promise. But once you keep on promising, even at a time when you are in a position of influence, the people start looking at you as a useless person. Ruto and Gachagua, they are in a position of influence. And according to this pastor, and what most of us know here, is that we have a president and a deputy president in office who is still coming to the public and give promises, but not results. The man of God is referring to William Ruto and Gachagua as useless individuals, useless leaders. That means they are not worth to be in that office. It is better you listen to him first.
We have a very useless kind of leadership now in this country. Very useless leadership. From the president down, useless people. I'm not afraid to say that. What is the use of a leader that cannot keep his promises to his people? You say you are always keeping promises. Always giving promises. Promise after promise. Promise after promise. Promise after promise. Fulfilling none of them. Are you useful? Maybe you are useful somewhere else. But in that position, you are useless. You are only useful because you are delivering. Sindio? How many of you say? You are only useful because you are doing what? You are delivering. In that position where you are in, your position, you might be useful in other things. Look for things that you can be useful in. Look at the president. Look at the vice president. Look at the ministers. Look at them. Just look at them. Look at them. Look at them. All of them.
Now we are continuing the final discussion, but just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers and anyone who comment, I must say thank you so much. And again to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, it was very fashionable during campaign for Ruto, Gachagua, and anyone who was on ballot to offer their promises to the electorate. That was the time for giving promises. And it was time for the electorate to weigh the people on ballot and understand who can they trust. Because there's a difference between giving a promise and the issue of trust. So Ruto was so much fashionable to an extent he would overpromise the public on how he's going to deliver for them. Gachagua overpromised a lot. But now we are no longer in a campaign. Someone has signed a social contract with Kenyans for the next 5 years. Now 1 year is elapsing. The second year is almost coming. The social contract is live and good. But this person has forgotten that he signed a social contract and he took an oath of office to fulfill his promises in line with the Kenyan constitution. He still come back and give promises. So these people have become men and women of promise after promise. Something that pastor is saying is too useless to continue promising when you are in a position of influence. I think now the church is waking out from the slumber. It is time now to tell the congregants the truth. Because even I have meeting with some ladies, and I hear them saying that, oh, you know, Ruto told us that, Gachagua told us that the other regime left with money in sacks. So they found empty coffers. You know, people were buying into that lies. But now the reality is coming out, and I love the manner in which the man of God is releasing this information out to reach out to the congregants to understand. Sababu ukienda kanisani huko unapata our grandmothers, our mothers, our wazee wanakaa kule kanisani. They love going to church, they love worshiping, and they just love being, you know, at the place of prayer. Hata wale wanaenda kwa msikiti hivyo hivyo. Now the men of God are taking an opportunity to come back and tell the truth about these people. If many pastors will take this direction, then two things will happen. Number one, either Ruto will be forced to deliver, or if not, Ruto will be forced out of State House. Because people will know they have a liar who continuously promise even when he's in a position of delivery. You can imagine this, a government that has launched a campaign, and I think this is what has pissed off this pastor. If you check on Malala, he's busy campaigning throughout. He's launching UDA rallies, UDA event, membership, grassroots mobilization, and all those. Then it's chaotic. Yeah? So it's like they have activated the campaign mode in the country. Yet people anticipated that it is time to deliver. When they see Malala coming to Coast Region or Western, they should see him coming on the mission of delivery on their promises. For example, he should be going there to launch Hustler Fund and dish out money to people to start business. Try and help youth to come up in the groups and explain to them what they can do. Link them to the people who can help them, and the group that, you know, organization that can help them to tap into prosperity through business and education. The opposite is happening. These people have activated the campaign. And that's why you see now they are being confused to now continue promising. Because once you embark on a campaign, it is no longer delivery. It becomes a season for promises. Campaign is a season of promise. So if Ruto has embarked on a campaign, he has embarked on a season of promising. And once you have a person in a state house and they come and promise, the same way he was promising when he was a presidential candidate, then you know that this person has no any intention to deliver anything tangible to you. So that alone has made this pastor to understand, look here, if this man is promising, then it means he has no any plan to deliver anything. Because you can't be promising when you had time to promise, and now you have time to deliver. You are collecting taxes, and you are what are you promising? You've collected our taxes. You have the power, you have the influence, you have the office. What are you coming to promise about? Why are you telling people that the price of unga is going to come down every day? It is now 4 months from the time he was saying that, and up to date, he's still saying the same. Yesterday we saw him in his farm taking photos on the maize farm to see how the maize is doing. So meaning he's telling Kenyans to wait until the maize will turn brown, from green to brown, then they harvest, then it come. Mutakuwa mmekufa. Hata wengi washakufa. Remember how Ruto promised. Is Hustler Fund working? Shilingi 500 iko na biashara gani unaweza fanya? Gachagua promised a lot. Revival of coffee, milk, and the tea industry. Today people are demonstrating, and I'm going to bring that video here. Kenyans are in deep problem than when they were some time back, courtesy of this regime. And the problem is that the regime is promising. Even in the Bible, we have season for everything. There's a time for promise and time for delivery. This one, they have refused to understand this. And they're refusing to understand it because they have a clear master plan not to deliver anything to you. And the pastors are seeing this. That's why they can speak loudly to this. Ruto need more men of God who will speak the truth to them. And if the church will come out and speak truth to the power, then in that way, it will be a better way to go, because now this regime will understand they are on their own. I know Ruto got a huge support from the church because of blackmail. Today now the church can see the man whom they voted for. If you see, the project that Ruto is launching up to now, close to 1 year in office, the project that was delivered by Uhuru Kenyatta, Ruto is yet to launch a project of his own. And is yapping everywhere with promises. Look at his budget. What did he promise to the hustler? He promised heaven. He delivered hell. That's why he will keep on promising. Today, civil servants are going to suffer. Na unajua Kenya, mtu mmoja akiajiriwa hivi, usiona tu ni huyo mtu tu hivyo. Hapo umeajiri jamii mzima. We have a brother who is waiting for a school fees. We have a cousin who is waiting for a school fees. We have a sister who is waiting for college fee. We have a grandmother who is waiting for some food and clothing. So mtu mmoja akiajiriwa kwa jamii hivi, I'm telling you, hiyo ni kama the entire family, the bigger family, extended family. It's like at least they have something. Now look at that situation. Then the same William Ruto comes in and take close to 40% of that salary. Umeajiriwa 30,000. Ruto akuja achukue 10,000, unabaki na 20. Mwingine umeajiriwa 20,000. Ruto anachukua close to 6,000, unabaki na 14. Hii familia itakula mawe. Men of promise. Useless. The pastor is very clear. Ruto and Gachagua and his cabinet. Ukisikia kina Mithika Linturi, Moses Kuria, Kimani Ichung'wah, people of promise. All of this group is useless. And indeed, I agree with the man of God. This regime is totally useless.